Hello and welcome to this edition of Goa 365's Story Behind the Story. With us are representatives of business. TTAG is there, Nilesh Shah. GCCI Chief is there, Manoj Kakulo. And CII Chief, Ralph D'Souza. Now Ralph wears two hats. He's also very much in the tourism line per se, so is Nilesh. And today we are going to discuss about the tourism policy per se and the tourism general, the infrastructure, the issues, the solutions and the problems. Welcome guys to our show. I would like to start with Ralph today because Ralph, you have been in the tourism line itself besides being a former president of the CII. So Ralph, could you give us a small general brief about what you feel about this tourism policy and where we are headed? Ralph.
My views are very simple in the sense that the tourism policy as well as the master plan was something that was much needed.
Okay.
This is required in order to give certain directions to development and prosperity in tourism industry. What is also very important here is the suggested tourism board. This board will actually steer the industry in the right direction based on whatever parameters have been set up in the tourism master plan. So now we've got something that has been approved and we have to go ahead in such a way the best we can do. Master plan is very large in its scope. It's 25 years planning. There are many new aspects of tourism also that it has spoken about, which we have not ventured fully. Of course, whatever has to be done in Goa has been done, maybe to a very small extent in some areas. But tourism master plan lays emphasis on new aspects. The main thing that master plan talks about is shift to hinterland tourism. Of course, we need to expose hinterland tourism, but we have to understand a few things before we make this brave move. That Goa is branded as a long-haul winter destination. People come for its beaches and the warm waters of the Arabian Sea. This is the main attraction, and this has made Goa among the 10 most sought after destinations during the millennium, and even a couple of months, about 3-4 months back, there was another write-up that came from World Tourism Council, where they mentioned that Goa is sought after. Well, Goa of course has a lot to offer, and we should make sure that we offer this to the tourists.
Yes, Ralph. I agree with you on this, that Goa is a tourist destination. But now, Nilesh, I'll go back to you before I move to Manoj, because from Manoj, I want a overall sort of business perspective. So let me be specific as far as tourism is concerned with Nilesh, so because he's specifically tourism. Nilesh, now what Ralph has said is fine. Obviously, this is what at least we hope, everybody hopes that this is what the intention of the government is. But on 2 points I would like to bring you on, besides anything else you would like to add. One is that now this tourism policy is 25 years it's being done. 25 years. So you feel that it needs to be more specific, needs to be more this. And second thing is this shift from beach to hinterland. Goa is known as a beach for beach tourism. However, without addressing the specific problems which are being faced by beach tourism, we are already going to hinterland and tourism. Nilesh, first you start with what you want to say. I just want these two specifics to be touched on.
Nilesh. Okay, thank you, Glenn, for inviting for this conversation. Now, as far as your overall this thing is concerned, basically on the hinterland. In fact, even last time also I had brought in that topic. Now we have always had this Mayam Lake, which is of course in hinterland. Now you see the situation of Mayam Lake today. It is not either here nor there. They wanted to make it to upmarket thing with buggy jumping and the type of infrastructure which they build in with on the PPP model. But people are like the tourists which used to go there for the beauty for lake or intern, that is lost totally. So as you said, and I think Ralba will also endorse it, that we have to, as you said, we have to correct our, and we have to, the things which we have to see that it is been nurtured and it has been brought it to back to their glory. Especially at the different beaches, what we see, the garbage issue which we have, or the type of tourists when they're coming in, they break the bottles on the beach, or for that matter the security aspect on the beach. Of course, we have a good like life-saving lifeguards on the beach, but other aspects are lacking. So those things we have to address, and of course, hinterland tourist is a welcome sign, but it cannot be. In fact, I have been advocating earlier also that it cannot be pushed on the Goans. It has to come within from them, that they want to have the tourists in their villages to be developed, and it has to be more what you call scientific, and it has to be more cultural, and it has to be accepted by the locals. Because anything which is pushed on the Goans, it has been, you see the resilience. So, all this thing, it has to be then find balance to be bought in. And basically the key will be the how the Goans and the economy will benefit. So that is the point which has to be derived by the government when, anything or the stakeholders, when we push certain the theories which are which maybe it sound good on the paper, but practicality the locals may have a different take on it. So and so we have to address those issues, and I am with you that we have to rectify the things which we have brought to disorder, especially on our beach side and our monument sites, and then take it forward with the hinterland with the specific plan.
Yeah, Nilesh, just before I go to Manoj, I just wanted to, now you spoke about garbage, you spoke about security, but Nilesh, when a person goes to a beach, it's a beach side, people will go for a swim, they may go to a restaurant, there is no proper changing room, there's no toilets. Forget, why are you going so far? These basic things, we can take a trip to most of the beaches. In fact, we can do 365. We'll go with all of you all. We'll go to the beaches if you want. We'll check the toilets out. We'll check. But tell me one thing. These basic things the government cannot do for tourism, which is bringing in crores and crores of money. So how does it expect, in your expert opinion, to do something in the hinterland, which is huge compared to the beaches? Beaches are small stretches.
I agree, but that's what I said. We have to rectify the things which we have first. In fact, on the beach, we are talking about so many years now that you have to have good changing rooms and good toilets. After our last interview, I think even one of the ministers made a comment that we have to focus on those areas. So it sounds good, but even in one of the not to name XYZ, but even they made a comment that we have built up a toilet worth a big amount. So what I'm emphasizing is that basic things everybody are aware of it. It's not rocket science, but it is just a matter of implementation and thinking. And the main thing is let's give Goa what is required rather than talking big things, great big white elephants. So basically, like even you can see in Panjim itself, the parking lot which has been created, which has not been utilized, and there is absolutely and there's a chaos. They say the casino blocks the roads of Panjim. Then you have a system in Pavel. You have to have system in place. We already have parking lot. Make a compulsory to have this. What I'm trying to say is, it's a matter of implementation. We can have so many things and talk big, but it does not materialize unless we have a system in place.
I totally agree with you. Now, I would like to bring in Manoj. Now, Manoj, see now, specific. It's very specific. See, mining is closed for so many years. It's like, today Goa depends on tourism as a business. I'm not talking about the specific infrastructure, what Ralph or this. I'm talking about tourism as a business. It's got so much of now. You are a businessman. There are so many other businessmen. We've got outlets, we've got retail outlets, we've got hotels, restaurants. So much of this depends on tourism. So suppose if there is an issue with tourism, and if the type of tourism who do not have the money come in, what is going to happen to business in Goa?
Glenn, firstly, thank you very much for inviting me. As rightly said, Goa's only thing which is sustainable for our economy is going to be tourism, because we don't
Right.
have mining anymore. We don't have any big mother industries in the state of Goa. So tourism is our only hope, because whether we like it or no, about 40% of our population is directly or indirectly involved in tourism,
Absolutely.
by way of either being salaried employees or self-employment, being taxi drivers or shack owners or whatever. So 40% is a huge number. And trust me, as the latest figures show, we have a year-on-year growth of about 10 to 11% in the tourists visiting Goa. So
Correct.
that means it is all the more important that government formulates the right policies and puts the right things in place so that this is sustainable in the long run. It can't be done in a haphazard way. The way the things are going on today, you have so many committees, so many places you need to go to get your permissions, all these things. Instead of that, this Goa tourism policy, whatever is planned 2020, which is in the making for the last about 2 decades, I think this was the need of the hour. Undoubtedly, this was required. But what is a little disturbing thing is that now you have taken 2 decades to frame a tourism policy, and you couldn't wait for 2 weeks to discuss it with us. The industry
That's
associations
sad.
went
Sad.
through.
Disturbing is you're being very polite, Manoj. It's disturbing is being
Yeah.
is very polite. I think it's sad. Sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say, is that the day we came to know that this was formed, we got a copy, we went through it, and the same day we wrote to the Honorable Chief Minister that we have certain points to discuss, and we realized that on the same day it gets notified. It's on the 12th of November. So what happens is that why don't you take industry inputs? We are only here to help the government so that mutually we help grow, so the government revenues grow and the industry also benefits. But one thing I need to say, there are very, very good things in this policy which are there. Besides the problem areas, the good thing is that we have so many committees like state level marketing and promotion committee, state level permission committee, high powered monitoring committee. All these are going to get abolished. This is good thing.
Okay.
Everything is going to come under this Goa Tourism Board.
Okay.
Now, the main crux of the matter is when you formulated this policy, you created a structure of the board. But unfortunately, I think everybody should have got representation on the board, which we have a little bit of unhappiness on the fact that the way the board is constituted could have been discussed with us, because all the arms of the industry have to be represented, because there are spectrum of things over here who work in the tourism industry. So
Yeah, let
from
me
that
just
point of
interrupt.
view-
Now, Manoj, I have also gone through some of this. Then there are, according to, I don't know, I'm a layman, I'm not in, but according to me, most of the people who are there are government servants. Why government servants or directly connected with government are supposed to be in such committees? What is the point? Ultimately, the business is what is bringing the revenue. The business is what is needed. Business means all of you, right?
Glenn, what happens is you require the heads of various departments, because in this board, what is important is various departments will be involved. Like in tourism, there are 3 entities with the Goa state government. There is a Directorate of Tourism, there is GTDC, and there are so many other things. There is government. So what I'm saying is that all these heads of the departments, whether GTDC head or the Chief Secretary, Secretary of Tourism, Director of Tourism, all that is fine. But worst part is that they have given only 8 seats to the industry bodies. Only 8.
Okay.
Now, and all these 8, and people are supposed to be accommodated by rotation.
That's
So
ridiculous.
is it that for
It's ridiculous.
is it that for 2 years shack owners will run the business, next 2 years the taxi drivers will run the business, Next 2 years, heritage accommodation will run the business. It can't go on that way.
It's not
Everybody,
possible.
all these arms of the industry should have been represented.
Absolutely.
Plus,
Absolutely.
there should have been representation for experts on various fields, which is lacking, which is not there in this at all. There are various experts of Goan origin. You could have nominated them who have worked on the world scene in this tourism sector. They should have been there on the board. So I feel, although overall the draft is good, we welcome it, but only unfortunate part is our inputs could have been taken a little more to fine tune the things before closing this off. This is what would be my comment.
Yeah, Manoj, now this is something that the government seems to be having issues everywhere, whether people seem to be shouting, whether it's coal, transportation, double tracking, Sabharwala, everything. Anyway, I'm sure industry is not the only one. And on our shows itself, the EDC, Kojkar had come, and a lot of people, even CI. Now, Ralph, now I want to know specifically, you are in tourism, right? Hotels, XYZ. Now, specific question to you. Besides being a CI head, as a tourism, now you go to Kalangut beach. Okay, you come from, say, I don't know, Delhi. You go to Kalangut beach, right? Now you need to go to the toilet. You enter, you need to go to the toilet, or you want to go to a restaurant which only serves veg food. How do you go? Is there a board? Is there any direction? Anybody is there to show you to go there? How do you go?
The footfalls of the domestic tourists are increasing dramatically. So
I agree.
We require infrastructure like changing rooms, toilets that you've spoken about to keep pace with this. If we don't have this, then we have problems. We need to have this.
But we don't have them, Ralph. We don't.
I know we need to have them, we need to prioritize whatever we are doing. See, these are the facilities. I will not even call them as upgradation or infrastructure. These are the facilities that a human being requires. So
Correct.
we should have these in place, we need to have them in place. And in sufficient numbers, there are a few, but I don't think they're enough. Changing rooms especially.
Okay.
So these we have given the government time and again a list. Hopefully, the formation of board is for this particular a dedicated entity that will look after the present and the future of tourism. Just going back, Manoj, if Glenn might say so, he has brought points even he said about representations and all that. You know, it can be sorted out. It can be very well sorted out if we go to the other boards that are existing all over the world. See, we have to know that Goa first. Realize Goa is a welfare state. We have free education, free medical, whole population is insured. We have Ladli Lakshmi. We have all sorts of benefits here. We need revenues to pay this up. And these revenues today come only from tourism after mining is shut. Okay, so the people.
But Ralph, this the government has to realize that all of us know.
Yes, I'm coming to that. Now, how to get this is people who are the helms of the board should be people who are capable of handling a multi-billion industry, tourism industry that Goa is today. They have to know to handle this, they have to market this in domestic and international markets. We have got so many consultants that are being appointed. Unfortunately, just 2 days before notification, one consultant was appointed for international promotion. Now it looks like the government themselves don't have faith in their own board that they have created. 2 days before the notification, the consultant, coming back to that, will be able to save all the money if people of such talents as experts which Manoj spoke earlier, professionals, are made a part of this board. Of course, there is another school of thought that says that representation for all the wings of the industry will create a huge board. No, there are ways and means, there are mechanisms for this. We can have power groups in the board.
Absolutely.
Like committees, power groups in the board, that all the representation should be given. And it's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid. They will be talking to the board and board will be talking to them. It
Absolutely.
can be, but all these things should be in place. This is not that is what we wanted to talk about. Just help the present government to make sure the board is strong, the progress of the industry, and the government collects revenues to meet its expenses.
Yes, Ralph, I agree with you. But one point I have to make to you, Ralph, and then next I will be going to Nilesh. Now, this is not a policy that was formulated in 6 months. This is not a policy that was formulated in 1 year. This is not a policy that was formulated over even 5 years. This is a policy which is formulated over 25 years. Now, don't you think that the government and its secretaries and its directors are aware of this, Ralph? So if they are not aware of it and they could not integrate it and get it down over 25 years, what makes you think that they are going to do it now without pressure from industry? Because there are about 40-50% of the what makes you think? I have absolutely, I don't know, maybe lightning bolt from heaven. Ralph first and then we'll go to Nilesh on this, and of course then Manoj.
Once we realize the importance of the industry to...
But wait, Ralph, one second. How do you say that the government has not realized the importance of the industry? How is it possible?
No, see, they have to realize, because whatever they are doing is to help themselves in a sense, because
Absolutely.
the revenue will go to the government to meet. And whatever the industry has asked, GCCI, CII, TTAG all took part in deliberation before the master plan came out. They
Okay.
have given inputs. There were four different what do you call those types
Modules.
four
Correct.
different modules that came up, and in all 4 modules we have given whatever we had to say.
Needed.
Representation, but forget representation is different. Which side we want to go, what we want to do, and how to take this forward properly for the benefit of the state. And it has to be inclusive of the people who have with the people as it started with Goa. If this happens, and it had to, and whatever
Okay.
suggestions that we gave were collected from the trade, from the visitors, and those are the collections that we had given them.
Yeah. Okay.
These are the
Thanks, Ralph.
suggestions.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Ralph. Now, Nilesh, I would like to add on to that. Now, what Ralph is saying is that a lot of suggestions have been given, including from your committee and all. So, how many of these suggestions have been put in, and what are the issues you have with this policy? Then I want to get into implementation a little later, but right now, just this.
Glenn, our worry is it should not become like other government body. We already have Goa Tourism, we already have TTDC, we have something called State Level Marketing Committee. So we have so many government bodies. So Tourism Board should not be one more body. So it has to be, it is a visionary document, which is, main thing, it is going to give each segment of tourism way forward, and wherever they get stuck, to have the solutions to it. Now, on the overall broad aspect of the board, Ralph also had given a lot of inputs. So one of thing was, have subcommittees and each segment to get the proper representation throughout the board. Now, these are the minute things which are, government should have considered when it was constituted. It cannot be, our worry is that it should not become Gram Sabha or any other this thing where we have a lot of chaos when this board meetings are held. So it has to be very crisp meetings and very with the proper representation.
Okay. Thanks, Nilesh. Thanks, Ralph. Thanks, Manoj. Now, what we'll do is that we will close this discussion on tourism for this thing, and then we will restart. We will take it forward in another episode. Thanks, guys, and
Thank
keep
you.
watching Goa
Thank you.
365.